I don't know about you, but I have wanted to be an early riser for the longest time, and I just never had either the motivation or the ability or whatever my excuse was. I never had my act together enough to actually pull it off. I've gone through several stages in my life where for a period of time I would get up at 5 or 5:30 in the morning, but it was never something that remained truly consistent until now. Today I want to share with you how I have finally become an early riser and how I get up early each and every day. Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianna and I am the diva behind Diva and the Divine. Diva and the Divine is my little corner of the internet where I choose to share my life with you and my tips for health, wellness, and happiness. Today I want to share with you how I figured out how to regularly and comfortably get up at 5:30 in the morning every single day. My husband started getting up at 5:30 once he started his new job here in Minneapolis, and it always disturbed my sleep in such a way where from the hours of like 5:30 to 7:30 when I was actually still trying to sleep, my sleep quality was terrible. And so I finally decided to bite the bullet with the encouragement of Last 90 Days and its requirement of you to get up an hour early. I bit the bullet and said, okay, I'm gonna figure it out. So I did. The tips that I'm going to give you is what works for me personally. If you would like to follow along on my journey here on Diva and the Divine, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button and click that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload something new or go live, which is at least twice a week now. So here is what I learned, and here is how I figured out how to comfortably and regularly get up before the sun. First, you have to go to bed early. This is non-negotiable. If you have a desire to get up early, you need to go to bed early, because where most of us fail at this is we do not get enough sleep. And the body needs sleep. The body needs to recharge. This is non-negotiable. Our body will make sure it happens one way or another. And when you start to sleep deprive yourself, very, very bad things happen. We turn to the wrong foods for fuel. We're tired, we're grumpy, our focus is awful, we overeat. It's bad. It's bad all around. So the first thing you need to do if you want to be an early riser is go to bed on time. Go to bed early. Go to bed earlier than you've ever thought you've needed to go to bed before, because we still need sleep. My husband and I keep making jokes now that we're just this little old couple because we legitimately go to bed between 10 and 10:30 every night. We are in our early 30s. We have no children, and we go to bed at 10 or 10:30 every night when everything goes according to plan. Just yesterday, just last night, I was getting ready for bed at 9 p.m. Not joking. But this is what needs to happen in order for me to wake up feeling refreshed when my alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning. So figure out how much sleep you need, not how much sleep you think you need, but how much sleep you actually need, what time you want to get up, work backwards from there, and that is your new bedtime. Another thing that's helped me is to stop eating several hours before I go to bed. The purpose of food is fuel. And when you're going to bed, you do not need fuel because you're going to sleep. You're going to literally recharge your battery. You do not need fuel to function. So I stop eating. I turn on an intermittent fasting timer. My goal is to stop eating at 7:30, which is 3 hours before I go to bed. Because what happens when we eat food is it spikes our insulin and gets our engines going, and then we have energy. Why do you think sugar highs work so well? You eat the sugar and boom, all of a sudden you have energy and you're rearing to go again, right? Stop eating before you go to bed, because then you're not hyped up on whatever you just ate. Now, if you're going to bed starving, I wouldn't recommend doing that either. I would make sure that you are fueling yourself properly enough where what you eat in the evening can keep you satisfied straight until morning. But if you have to eat something, maybe go for a piece of fruit. It's low calorie, and it is something that will spike your insulin just enough to help your insulin dip back down, and that could actually help lull you into sleep. If I do end up needing something to eat before bed, I will eat a banana because it does just that. The next thing that helps me is having a nighttime routine that A, I really enjoy, and B, is really functional and is functioning as an actual routine. When we get into habits and routines, your body starts to understand what's about to happen in any given routine and reacts accordingly. So my body knows that when I go into the bathroom and I take my probiotics and my magnesium supplement and my CBD oil, that kind of stuff is going to cue my body, oh, she's getting ready to go to sleep. I have a luxurious skincare routine that when I'm behaving, I actually do. And I take a couple minutes to wash my face, double cleanse, do all the things, not only because I want to take care of my skin, but because it's relaxing. It is a soothing thing to me. I set up my essential oil diffuser with some really nice calming oils. candles, much to my husband's dismay. He hates it, but he deals with it because it's something that I really enjoy. I dim the lights in the bedroom. We have those Hue light bulbs, so we have the ability to choose what level they're at. The lights are always dim when we're getting ready for bed, so there's nothing too crazy happenings, too alarming happening. I prep the coffee maker for the next day. I fill up my water bottle so everything is rearing to go first thing in the morning. And I make sure that I'm just taking the time to calm myself a little bit, just kind of tidy things up a little bit, nothing too high energy, relaxing things, good things to ease myself into sleep mode. Our routine has become so routine that even Gracie knows when it's time to get ready for bed. And sometimes what will happen if she sees Eric and I both brushing our teeth, she knows it's time for bed and will put herself to bed on her own now. She hates going to bed, but she knows it's coming. That's how routine my evenings are. On the flip side, what helps me get up early is to have a morning routine that I actually enjoy. Like I said, I turn on the coffee maker and get that all set the night before, and that bad boy goes off at 5:30 along with my alarm. So by the time I get up, go to the bathroom, put my contact lenses in, and wander on out to the living room and the kitchen, the coffee is done, ready for me to pour and sit down and start my morning routine, which has been consisting of super easy and laid back. I've been sitting in my recliner, I put a blanket on, have my coffee, and I read a book. And it is just so enjoyable. It's still dark outside, and it's just quiet. Eric's busy getting ready for work, so Gracie and I will cuddle on the couch if she's not chasing him around, and I just read for about half an hour. And then my goal is to get upstairs and into my office before sunrise, because the sun rises right out that window, and it is a beautiful, beautiful sight to see. And I will sometimes just sit, not turn any lights on in my office, and sit and actually just take in the sunrise for a little bit. It's very calming, very relaxing, and a very positive way to start the day. Then I have some journaling that I'll do, my devotionals, my Start Today journal, all that jazz. The goal of my morning routine is not to sleep in until the last possible minute and then hustle because I have somewhere to be. Granted, I don't have to get up and go to work like many of you do. The goal of rising early for me is always to have a relaxed morning. Even on days like say I have to sing at church and my call time is 7 o'clock, I will still get up an hour and a half ahead of that time so I have time to sit quietly, have some coffee, and just kind of chill before I have to get ready, because those calm mornings to me really sets the tone for the day, and if I feel rushed, I'm in a bad mood. So I want to wake up early, and having that solid, relaxing morning routine really, really helps me. My next tip is to automate as much of the process as possible. What do I mean by that? Humans are creatures of habit, and we are creatures of wanting things to be easy. So when you automate things, they happen without you having to do anything. Again, with the coffee maker. You guys, the coffee maker is the simplest thing, but it is the biggest deal to me. Setting that up the night before means I don't have to fumble with making coffee in the morning. It makes things a lot easier. We do have the Philips Hue light bulbs in our bedroom, and those are the light bulbs that you can change colors, you can change different shades of white or different shades of whatever color you want. They're extra. They're totally extra. But we really love them. We genuinely love them, and I use them for more than, oh, just look at the pretty purple or red or blue or green lights, whatever. I use them for a functional purpose. I use them for their different shades of white. I keep things nice and bright and cool during the day, but when evening comes and it's time to chill out, I'll turn on the more dimmed, low, warm lights instead to get rid of that bright, energizing blue light. But also, the Philips Hue lights have timers. You can set them to go on and off at specific times, and they actually have a wake up feature. So what you can do is you can say, hey, I want to wake up at this time. My time is 5:30. Then what you can do is you can set a sunrise time, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or 10 minutes, and the lights will fade in like having a sunrise in your bedroom over that period of time leading up to when you want the alarm to go off. And that means one of two things happens. I'm either stirred early and I slowly wake up on my own, which is great, then I don't even need to use my alarm because I am sensitive to light. So I need to sleep with it pitch black. There's no option of leaving the window open and letting the sun come in naturally, but having that sunrise effect in my bedroom will sometimes stir me from my sleep. Or when my alarm goes off and I open my eyes, I see the light. It's not dark, it's not as easy to go back to sleep. So at least I open my eyes, the lights are on, and that triggers my brain to start going, and I didn't have to do anything. I love my Philips Hue lights. They're one of my favorite household accessories ever because they are so stinking functional. Another thing that I automate is on my iPhone, they actually have a bedtime feature that you can set and forget. You can tell it on weekdays, I want to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. And not only will it wake you up at 5:30 in the morning without you having to remember to set an alarm, but it will also tell you when you're supposed to go to bed. So at 9 or 9:30 every night, you hear the little do 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 sound, like that lullaby and goodnight sound. And it is my bedtime alarm saying, hey, you gotta go to bed in an hour, get ready for bed. Every single day, I don't have to touch it. So automating the process in general just helps make things go a little bit more smoothly. I get reminded that, oh, it's almost time for bed. I should probably go get ready. Oh, the lights are already on. It's stimulating my brain and I didn't have to remember to do anything. Oh, the coffee's already done. It's much more joyful for me to go out there and be like, oh yes, stumble my way to the kitchen and just pour coffee without having to fumble. And with these CMT hands, the morning fumbling is real. I don't have to fumble to get my cup of coffee and start drinking it to get my morning going. So automating the process has been a major player in this entire thing. The next thing, and this is crucial, you have to stick with it. You can't just try it for 2 or 3 days and go, oh no, I can't do it. No, you can do it. You just won't do it. My friends, you need to stick with this even on the weekend. Repeat it with me, even on the weekends. Now, does that mean I get up at 5:30 a.m. on the weekends? No, but I took my regular sleeping pattern for the weekdays and the weekends and I modified my weekends to match the modification of my weekdays. So if I normally got up at 7:30 on the weekday and now I get up at 5:30, well, if we normally slept in till 8:30 on Saturday, I get up at 6:30 now. So my husband and I are now up at between 6:30 and 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, even though we could sleep in, because we want to make sure that we are keeping our healthy sleeping habits and routines in place and we don't ruin them by sleeping till 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, even though we have the option to do so. It is crucial to keep getting up early, even if it's not the same time. It has to be the equivalent of early in order to keep the habit going. And then my last tip is trust the process and know that it will become a habit. You guys, I've been at this for I think about 4 weeks now and my body is naturally getting up early. There are days that I get up before my alarm. There are Saturdays where I didn't set an alarm and I got up at 6:30 on my own. Hand to God, on my own. No alarm necessary. There was one day we stayed up really, really late and I woke up at 7 on my own because my body is getting used to waking up in the early hours of the day. You just have to trust the process. I've been at this consistently for 4 weeks now. So it does in fact take time before your body adjusts to your new morning routine, but I promise you that it will get there. You just have to put in the effort, you just have to put in the work, and you have to put in the consistency. And there you go. Those are my tips. That's how I managed to become a morning person. That's how I became an early riser and I get up at 5:30 in the morning. Let me know in the comments below. Do you prefer to have a slow, leisurely morning, or are you the person that wants to sleep until the last second and then hustle your butt out the door? I'm very curious to learn about your style. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do so to join the Diva and the Divine community. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch. Take care. I'll see you next time.